Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Zach. This is the weekly reset vendor video. As always, I'm here just to look for the stuff that I think you should get. Skipping over everything else, I'm not here to waste your time. But without further ado, I appreciate you being here. Let's get right into it. Starting off the White House, we got Mechanical Animal. Not a fan of this one or the Cabaret. Don't really like it. Wouldn't bother getting anything unless you need any of these for the talents for your library. No even maxed out attributes to put into a library. We'll jump over here to the theater and we'll see what we got going on with these settlements. Then, as always, we'll then go to the Dark Zones and then end over in New York. Over here we got at the vendor largest tool. Absolutely don't understand this weapon. I think it's one of the worst weapons. I definitely think it's the worst rifle in the game, but just my opinion, not really a fan of that one. But that's what it is. These handed knee pads you could potentially, depending on what you need them for. You could drop that skill haste and put on skill damage. Leaving on that armor regen. Armor regen on a skill build it's super nice, super helpful. Jumping down here to the castle settlement. As let's go to that descent entrance. It's a whole lot faster to get to that vendor.
Combat simulation program active.
Go up here around this corner. Got Carnage. Actually, we gotta go back to the White House. I forgot to go to countdown to clan vendor. So we'll go back and hit those before we hit the Dark Zones. My apologies. Going over to the campus, there was nothing at the castle. Nothing worth even wasting any amount of breath off of. Over here at the campus, we'll run over here to the vendor right here.
Nice to see you, Agent.
Absolutely not. Nope. Don't even bother going to any of the settlements. We'll jump over here to the pilot. He's pretty close to this clan vendor. He's right here at the bottom of the stairs. Alright, clan vendor. We got Whisper, the apartment. If you don't have an apartment, get this. Drop that max size for targeted cover. Super nice. SMG, I use it on several different builds. Just usually for that first half of the magazine, for that 25% rate of fire. And then the bottom half has a negative 18, but it has extra weapon damage. Personally, I think I just use it for the high rate of fire. Don't really use it for the bottom rate of fire. But super nice weapon. Don't really see this out of the Dark Zone. So grab one of those if you don't have it. Definitely it's like the only piece for today's video so far. So make sure you grab that apartment. Nothing really even for the library this week, which is kind of weird. There's another one for you. Not the best roll because you'd rather have it have like armor regen already on it, but you want to take this, drop that skill tier for armor, and then using this on like a bonus armor build. Super helpful for the team. I use it in countdown all the time. SMG target on cover if you need it. So we finally got a couple good decent pieces. This knee pad would be better than the handing you from earlier in today's video. Drop that headshot for status effect. Super nice. That's another piece for a shield. You might not have that. I actually don't believe I even have it as the max roll on that one. So make sure you grab those if you don't have it.
That works.
Now we'll head over to those Dark Zones and we'll see what we got going on over there. As always, I hope everybody's having a great day, having a great week.
Hostiles.
I know my
Guarding
week's definitely
location
been kind of
nearby.
messed up with me being off today, so My whole week's kind of been thrown off for a loop, but that's no big deal. We'll jump up here to the Dark Zone vendor. As always, Dark Zone resources. Only if you get from the Dark Zone.
Whatever you want, I've got.
Night Watcher. Not worth getting that. Yeah, nope. Absolutely nothing from east. Jump down here to the south. Let's see what we got going on here. We got this one. We got one more, and then New York. We've got Invisible Hand. Absolutely a waste of time. But really nothing too crazy. Dark Zone West. So really we've got the apartment, the perfect galvanized, name slipping, Lavoisier, from the clan vendor.
Come on over and take.
Are really only two pieces from Handshake if you really need it. Personally, I would just donate resources and donate materials into proficiency for it. But if you need a pair, that's not a terrible piece. There's another that 4% damage bonus. It's actually a different slot of your shield if you didn't know that. So you can actually have so this one and that other one, so you'd really have 5%, which this is the max of this one. But until you can get that 5%, this is not a bad one to have. But I don't know if I'd be spending valuable Dark Zone resources on a 4%er like that. But if you got a whole bunch, laying around, might be worth grabbing. All right, over to New York. We got 2 vendors left in today's video. First off, we've got right up here at the top of the escalator, this guy right here.
Want to make a trade?
Which is going to be a big fat nothing unless you need any of those talents. And then our last one for today's video,
Yeah, you're doing all right.
FAMAS pressure point. Nope. That big show if you need it for proficiency, otherwise ignore it. These gloves, if you need it for your sniper build, drop that crit damage for headshot. Leave that weapon handle in there. You'll thank me later. But other than that, that is going to be it. So really, we got those gloves right there. We've got the apartment and Lavoisier from the clan vendor. But without further ado, I appreciate you being here. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.